Welcome to this video about aircraft speeds. This is the first video of two videos. The first video we look at the theory about aircraft speeds. The objective of this video is to refresh knowledge about aircraft speeds. So what is indicated airspeed? The airspeed indicator measures the air pressure that is produced by the aircraft moving through the air. This air pressure increases as the aircraft goes faster. This air pressure is shown as a speed in nautical miles per hour or knots. This speed is called indicated airspeed. So what is the minimum airspeed? If the wing of an aircraft exceeds a critical angle of attack, the wing will stop producing lift and the aircraft will not be controllable. The critical or stalling angle of attack is typically around 15 to 20 degrees. The aircraft always stalls at the same critical angle of attack. The airspeed at which the aircraft stalls varies with the weight of the aircraft, the load factor, the centre of gravity of the aircraft, and other factors. The load factor increases as the angle of bank increases. As the load factor increases, the stall speed increases. Look at this diagram and you can see as the aircraft turns, it needs more lift from the wings to support the weight of the aircraft and the turn. As the aircraft turns, stall speed increases. The critical angle of attack, stall angle, is always the same angle, but the stall speed changes. So the minimum speed is the indicated airspeed when the aircraft wings reach the critical angle of attack and stalls. The stall speed is shown at the end of the green arc here. This speed is a stall speed for a load factor of 1 with the flaps up and a certain weight. So the aircraft will stall at a faster airspeed if it is turning and the load factor is increased. Indicated airspeed is important for aircraft control, but not good for navigating. So we need to make some corrections. All aircraft instruments have some errors due to how the instruments are made and how they measure air pressure. Calibrated airspeed is indicated airspeed corrected for these errors. Calibrated airspeed is only correct at sea level air pressure and temperature. As the aircraft climbs, calibrated airspeed will need to be corrected for the drop in air pressure and temperature. After correcting for these errors, a true airspeed TAS is produced. But the airspeed indicator still shows indicated airspeed because this is needed for aircraft control. Finally, to find out what the aircraft's ground speed is, true airspeed must be corrected for the effect of wind. As an aircraft climbs or descends, what happens to true airspeed? For a constant indicated airspeed, as an aircraft climbs, the true airspeed will increase. This shows what happens to true airspeed when an aircraft climbs. The difference between indicated airspeed and true airspeed increases as altitude increases. What is the maximum speed? The maximum speed is the indicated airspeed which, if exceeded, may result in structural damage to the aircraft, normally represented by a red line on the airspeed indicator. The maximum indicated airspeed for this aircraft type is shown by the dotted red line. In this example, the maximum indicated airspeed is 340 knots. What is Mach number? Mach number, m, is the ratio between the true airspeed and the local speed of sound. Mach number equals 1 when the true airspeed is equal to the local speed of sound. The critical Mach number of an aircraft is the lowest Mach number at which the airflow over any part of the aircraft reaches the speed of sound. Therefore, aircraft that are not designed to fly faster than the speed of sound must always fly slower than the critical Mach number. For a constant indicated airspeed, the Mach number increases as the altitude increases. Mach number is shown by the orange line. The maximum Mach number for this aircraft type is shown by the dotted yellow line. As altitude increases, true airspeed gets closer to the Mach number limit, and the aircraft must slow down slightly to avoid flying faster than the maximum Mach number for the aircraft type. On the airspeed indicator, the maximum speed is indicated by a dotted red symbol. At high altitude, the maximum Mach number is a speed that is less than the maximum indicated airspeed. These are the speed limits for an Airbus 319, 320, 321. VMO means maximum indicated airspeed. For this aircraft type, the maximum indicated airspeed is 350 knots. MMO means maximum Mach number. For this aircraft type, the maximum Mach number is 0.82. KIS just simply means indicated airspeed in knots, and M is Mach number. There are also other limits for this aircraft. So, for example, max gear extended is 280 knots, so the landing gear can remain down up to a speed of 280 knots or 0.67 Mach. Maximum landing gear extension, when the landing gear can be moved to a down position, is 250 knots, and to retract the landing gear, move it up into the aircraft, is a maximum speed of 220 knots. There are other speeds such as the wiper operations, which is a maximum speed of 230 knots and a maximum window open speed 200 knots. Maximum tyre speed 195 knots. The maximum taxi speed is 30 knots and the maximum taxi speed for a 90-degree turn is 10 knots. A means that the limit is the policy of the airline and not the regulator. Also, you can see that there are limits for airspeed in turbulence. How do flaps affect the stall speed? Stall speed with flaps up is shown at the end of the green arc. Stall speed with flaps in the landing configuration is shown at the end of the white arc. So flaps reduce the stall speed, but flaps can only be used at certain speeds. The white arc shows the speeds where flaps can be used. Large aircraft have different maximum speeds for each amount of flap. Large aircraft have to increase the amount of flap slowly to make sure that they fly less than the maximum speed for each flap setting and don't fly too close to the stall speed, which reduces as each stage of flap deploys. This shows the minimum manoeuvring speed with the current flap setting. In this example, the flaps are up, so this is the minimum manoeuvring speed with flaps up, also called the minimum clean speed. Here it's 212 knots, but 220 knots is better for the pilot to fly if you ask him what is his minimum clean speed. At high altitude, the maximum speed, critical Mach number, and the minimum stall speed are very close to each other. In this case, the minimum speed shown here with the yellow arrow is the minimum safe flying speed before the stall speed. Now go to this link and watch how indicated airspeed, true airspeed, maximum and minimum speeds change as the aircraft climbs. Thank you for watching.